Okay, so let's talk about the signs that you are in a manipulationship, all right? And essentially, a manipulationship is a relationship where that's heavily influenced by manipulators. And it's very important to recognize when you're in a manipulationship because sometimes being in a loving relationship, if you don't have good context as to how that feels like, can be a little confusing, right? So for me, rather than look at the direct actions, meaning like he does this, she does this, right? We're gonna talk about that, but let's talk about the emotions or even the type of mindset that pretty much lets you know you're in a manipulationship, okay? Because sometimes we will rationalize actions where if the person keeps canceling, we will rationalize that they have actually something to do, right? Where if they gaslight us, love bomb us, we find a way to rationalize it. But the one thing that is never wrong is how you feel. And when you're in a manipulationship, there are emotions that you consistently feel. When you're in a good, healthy relationships, there are emotions that you feel and emotions that you don't feel. So rather than looking at the actions, because your brain will literally change how you interpret behavior, let's look at the direct emotional experience of being in a manipulationship. And the first thing that you tend to notice is that you feel completely miserable with them. You feel miserable with them and you feel trapped. But also a part of you feels like you're walking on eggshells, like you can't really be yourself around this person. And when you leave, sometimes they threaten where you come back, not because you want to come back, but because you feel guilty that they'll do something if you leave them. So if you have a tough time reading the signs through actions, sometimes just looking at the feeling says it all. Are you happy with this person? Are you happy? If you're not happy and you can't leave, that's a manipulationship. So let's talk about the constant behavior. The first one is constant blame. You're always at fault. According to them, no matter the situation. They never take responsibility for their actions or mistakes, and they never, ever apologize. Ladies and gentlemen, people like that, you want to choke the hell out of them because they are stubborn. They can never be wrong. Makes you commit a crime. The next one is gaslighting. Your feeling and memories are constantly invalidated, making you question your reality and sanity. Gaslighting is kind of insane. There was this one girl who owed me money. And she owed me money. And I told her, look, girl, you could pay me back. I could give you work. Just pay me back. And then she was like, I can't, but please, can you lend me money? Look at my daughter is this and that. Because I lent her money once. I should have never. And then she would send me photos of her daughter being sick. And I'm like, yo, can you stop asking me for money? You owe me money. It's not fair that you're trying to guilt me. She's like, I'm not asking for anything. And I'm like, bitch, what the fuck did you just ask me? You literally just asked me for money and showed me. To this day, it still annoys me. I'm like, are you fucking out of your mind? Like, you're literally... Father Alex's looks is cool. Right? So it's like gaslighting, man. It's like, yo, man, like don't even interact with people like that, man. Get them out of your life because they'll make you question your reality. Reality is already fickle enough. You don't need somebody else telling you what you're perceiving is wrong. Next one is isolation. There's a push for you to cut off ties with friends and family. Hey, man, your family's not good for you. Your family, sometimes I don't like the way they talk about me. Maybe you shouldn't hang out with them no more. I don't like the way your dad talks. He's not a good person. Stay away from him. Making you feel dependent on your partner and easier to control. And that's actually what cults do, right? Cults understand this principle that if you want to control someone's mind, isolate them from the source of support, and that's their friends and family. So they'll demonize your friends, talk bad about your friend, and if you stay there, continue. Love bomb, then devaluation. So it's not just the fact that they're love bombing you, like it's not, it's not the fact that they love bombing you. Ladies and gentlemen, man, I don't look, man. I don't want to make political jokes because I think some people, if I make jokes about politics, it might get the channel closed down. To be honest with you, so I'm not gonna make any political jokes, because the political climate is freaking unbelievable right now. It's not like politics with BLM. I could talk about that any day, but this is something else, people. But yeah, at first you were showered with love and affection, only to find it suddenly withdrawn. This circle repeats, keeping you on edge and anxious to regain their approval. So it's being on edge and anxious, right? So that's a big emotional sign that you are in a manipulationship where you feel on edge and anxious, and the thought of you leaving them makes you feel like you don't have any support because you've pushed so many people away. The next one is fear tactics. Using threats or intimidation to influence your behavior or decisions. This could range from subtle emotional blackmail to overt threats. I mean, look, man, this one's obvious, people. This is Bronx energy type of shit. The next one is financial control. Taking control of your financial resources, limiting your access to money, give me the money, let me use it, I'll help you save money, limiting access to money, or making you entirely dependent on them financially. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a symbiotic relationship where you take care of the kids and they do this, right? But the problem is that when they're pushing for you to completely depend on them, where they're pushing for you to quit your job. Well, what woman would do that? But I'm just saying, if you're a woman, where they push you to put it where they corner you, where you just completely depend on them, and that's why some people can't leave toxic relationship, even with their parents, right? Like you have parents that secretly don't want their kids to succeed so that they could keep having control over them. You really do, man. You really do. This is why I tell people you have to have goals and have a clear vision about your life, because if you don't have goals or clear vision, somebody who wants to use and manipulate you will have a goal for you, and it's not going to be the type of goal you want. Constant criticism. Nothing you do seems good enough. There is persistent nitpicking or criticism aimed at undermining your self-esteem, consistently criticizing you at every point of the relationship. And the next one is more how you perceive it. It's walking on eggshells. There's a reason why you're walking on eggshells. You're always cautious about what you say or do around them for fear of triggering a negative response. Where you say, hey, don't say that around them because I don't want them to get mad at me. When you're walking on eggshells, what you gotta do is smash those motherfucking eggshells and make an omelet. Who gives a fuck? Like, honestly. Walking on eggshells, you're pretty much, that's a sign that they have completely controlled you. They control you, and they control you through fear. Lack of boundaries. This is like my landlord, where he used to walk into my apartment. I'm like, dude, Zvi, what the fuck are you doing here, Zvi? Get the fuck out. Oh, I need to check this. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. This is my apartment. Get out. He was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, what the fuck is his problem? Like, this guy just walks in. Your personal boundaries are disregarded, and there's an expectation for you to share everything with them or give them demand without question. They could look at your phone. They text people for you. Like, I had a girl who, it's the weirdest thing, because she was just a friend of mine. Honestly, she was just a friend of mine. And the funny thing is, she never mentioned her boyfriend. And then one day, I asked her, hey, Allison, what are you doing today? She was like, not much. I'm hanging out with my boyfriend. And I'm like, look, again, I don't mind. But the way that came out was like, looks way too obvious. It's like a dude saying, anyway, so I was walking with my 10-inch dick. And you're like, okay, clearly you weren't telling me that. And I'm like, okay, all right. She was like, I can't hang out because I'm with my boyfriend. I'm like, and she capitalized it. I'm like, that's weird. And then she just stopped hanging out. She used to be part of the meditation group in New York City. And I'm like, what? It's weird. And then she would show up randomly to the meetups. And I'm like, oh, Allison, come here, girl. You've been miss you. It's been a while. She's like, oh, not much, working. And then all of a sudden, when she would go to the meditation meetups, when she would get home, the profile picture of her would change with the boyfriend. But then like the photo, it was so funny how like the photo was her looking in one direction and the boyfriend looking at the fucking camera. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is my own projection. Maybe I like her and I'm just seeing things. And then one day, I sent her a message. I was like, hey, Allison, all of us are going to go get dinner at my place when we're done. You want to come through? She was like, no, I'm spending time with my boyfriend today. I'm like, okay. I mean, yeah, he could come through too if he wants. I don't, I asked her to bring him. She didn't. And then all of a sudden, the next day, she left the group on WhatsApp. And then when she left the group, I had a feeling. I was like, I bet she blocked me. Like, I didn't check if she blocked me. When she left, like, everything added up in my head. And before that, I was thinking that maybe it was me, to be honest with you. I mean, she was pretty, but I was thinking maybe it's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like, assuming things. I don't know. And then I checked, blocked. And I'm like, okay, clearly I see what's going on here. And look, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. YouTuber, your girl, I totally get it. But there was just a weird energy because the way she came across, she was a very ditzy, bitty, Melissa type of happy girl. And just when she would text, the energy was just completely off. And it didn't even feel like her. And that's what I felt like. I felt like it was him who did that, I could be wrong, to be honest with you, but I'm pretty good with those types of like instincts. So yeah, they don't let you have friends. They don't let you have male friends. They don't let you have your own social circle. They tell you that they have to look at your phone, or else it means you might be cheating. Like if you don't let them look at everything about you, they'll say why are you hiding something? The next one is withholding affection. Using affection and attention as a bargaining tool, giving them when pleased with you, or withdrawing them as a form of punishment, right? And this is why parents, I can tell you're a good parent is that when you're mad, you still cook for your kid. Right? I think that's a very low standard. But these are the signs that you're in a manipulationship. And if you are in that situation, you got to get the fuck out. And if you can't leave because you don't have a lot of money, well, plan your exit a few months in advance and find a way to make money and save it up and leave, because you don't understand. The worst types of people are people who destroy you bite by bite. Not the people who destroy you in one bite. No, because you can see that coming. The people who slowly dwindle away at your self-esteem are the worst, because it takes you longer to recover. And good manipulators are very subtle about this, to the point that you don't even perceive it. Your body does, but your mind rationalizes that it's not really happening. So if you guys want me to, the next video I could make is, what are the traits that, signs that you're easy to manipulate? So if you guys want me to make that video, let me know. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to work with Father Alex one-on-one, go to mindforattraction.org, or else I'm going to have to close the channel. All right, guys, we're going to have a brief intermission so that I can tell you guys about our new bundle that we're doing, where you guys can purchase all of my courses and get it at a discount. So this bundle is pretty much the bundle where you could just buy all of my courses. You could buy Nice Guy, which is a training course on how to come across more assertive, how to come across more confident, how to not give off nice guy vibes. You guys can get access to Dark Game, which is my full dating course on how to meet women in different scenarios, how to attract women, how to make sure you don't come across as creepy, and essentially how to act like a man and not act like a doofus, to be quite honest with you. And you get all of these bonuses, which is the bonuses of Dark Game, the bonuses of Practical Mastery, which is about how to master a skill, Social Mastery, which is how to master your social life, and the Laws of Human Nature, which is a book club videos that I had dissecting Robert Greene's book. All of this is naturally at around naturally is at $346, but you guys can purchase this bundle and get it at what's the price again? Get it at $238 pretty much. So you guys can purchase it right now. It's a money back 30-day money back guarantee. It's a good way to, rather than just buying them individually and paying extra, you guys can just purchase everything at a discount price. Now, the only thing I don't like is the fact that I'm giving you a lot of information at the same time. That makes me kind of scared because a lot of times people don't do the things that I teach when you get too much information. But I've gotten too many requests to do this, so I'm just satisfying you guys. Purchase it right now by clicking on the description down below where it says purchase the bundle. All right, let's continue with the video.